Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited about today's tutorial because we're going to be lettering and drawing some really pretty cards. So we're going to do a lovely happy birthday card, really perfect card to do on a spot if you need a quick birthday card, you don't know where to start, so this is going to help you. And we're also going to do a lovely new home card design just because I had a few requests for it and it's just a really lovely design and I thought I would teach it to you. So I hope you're excited to get started and let's get lettering. For this first design we're going to use Tombow dual brush pens to paint some flowers in the background. So I've selected these beautiful colours that I think work so well together. So we're going to need this lovely yellow, blue and green, and here are the codes, the number codes for each shade. I'll make sure to add them in the description. And I'll do lettering with this Pentel brush sign pen in black colour, and I'm going to be using A6 white card. And you can find all of these tools in the description below. So let's get started. The first card I'm going to make is going to be the happy birthday card. And actually, because birthday is such a long word, it's actually really hard to fit it in here when your card is in portrait. So you're going to rotate it to landscape and it's going to be so much easier to fit in this long word here. So we can actually make our lettering a bit bigger and just make it pop a little bit more. So I'm going to start by doing lettering. So if you struggle with making your designs centered, which I do struggle with sometimes still, even if I've been lettering for such a long time, I highly recommend just using a pencil. What I usually do, I just do these like two little lines, so you have like the same distance on each side. You can also use a ruler to be super precise. And it's just good to know for me that I can't go over these lines, and I'll try to fit in my lettering within this little kind of box really. So you can also do that at the top just to give you a bit more guidance. And I recommend to not try and fill in the whole card with your lettering. It's really nice to have some negative space in the background, so that's what we're aiming for, hence this little box where you're going to kind of position your lettering so you still have some white margins in the background. So I'm going to start lettering happy birthday, and I need to bear in mind that the word birthday is longer, so I need to start the word happy probably a bit more to the right because it's shorter and I want it to fit kind of in here, and the word birthday is going to be longer, so I want it to look balanced. So I want them to align through the center line, kind of imagining that there's a center line here. So because the word is shorter, I'm going to start it a bit more to the right, so kind of from here. And I'm going to do the letter H in a nice and stylized way. You can do this with me. So we're going to start here. So this will be the first part of the letter H. And then I'll pick up my pen here, and when I start doing the cross line here, I'm going to go straight into the second part of the letter H, like this. And we just get this kind of lovely stylized letter H. And from now on, I'm just going to embrace bouncy lettering style. I'm going to try to add a bit of movement here, make it a bit more interesting, bounce the letters. So notice how I'm stretching some of the strokes all the way down and then kind of going back up. There we go. So that looks fairly centered to me. You know, I could have started a bit more to the left, but it doesn't have to be perfect, and I'll fill this space with the next word anyway. So let's do the word birthday. Again, I'm going to start with a capital B, quite stylized, and this time it's going to start from here because it's quite long, so I'm making sure I'm allowing enough room for it. So starting here, nice long entry stroke. So I've done the first part of the letter B, picking up my pen before I carry on. So do remember to lift up your pen often when you do brush lettering. And from here, I'm going to make the rest of the letters a bit smaller, maybe a bit tighter together, just kind of making sure that I have enough room. You'll also find that some of these letters above interfere with some of these letters. For example, the letter H and the letter P, you know, it's quite tricky to position them below each other because this stroke is really long, this one wants to stretch up as well. So what I've done, I just made this letter H extra bouncy. I used this space underneath to bounce it down. And when I do the letter D, I'm going to make sure to stretch this upstroke into this gap between these two letters. So, you know, yours might look a bit different here, but I thought I'll just give you a bit of thought behind it so you can understand my thinking behind lettering and kind of positioning my words. Right, so finishing with a nice letter Y, I'm extending the last stroke, making it look complete. So there we go. All I need to do is dot my letter I and do a nice cross line over the letter T, light pressure here, quite a focused movement. So here we go. So that's my lettering for the card. I'm sure yours is looking great as well. And once you do your lettering, you can get rid of any guidelines. So what we're going to do for our flowers, we're going to make our flower blue and we're going to do like a yellow center and then add on some green leaves. So it's going to look really interesting because the colors are very contrasting. It's going to be quite pretty. So I'm just going to start by doing these little circles with my yellow pen. So lovely little circles. So these will be little centers of the flower. So when you do them, just make sure you leave enough room, like to do the actual flower around it. So I'm being quite mindful, not positioning it too close to the actual lettering. Although some of them can go very close, it might look quite nice. So yeah, carry on, just add on as many as you like of these. Remember, you can always add more. So I think I'll stop here with mine. So finding my center here, and then I'm starting my petals kind of from here. And just very carefully, just drawing these outlines of my flower like this. And then just colouring in very carefully, being very mindful about the center of the flower, trying to not go over it too much. You can also just use your tip of the brush and very gently do this outline so you know that you can't go over it when you're colouring. They can be in different sizes, different shapes. Actually, the more imperfect they are, I think the better they're going to look. Now I'm going to grab my green pen and I'm going to use this fine tip to add on some simple leaves. So again, literally just doing the outline of the leaf. I'm going to do them in clusters of 2, and then I'm going to use the brush tip to carefully colour it in. Also, if you want to, you can add in these like little dots, so they will look like pollen from your flowers. And it'll just look quite pretty. I think it's a lovely little detail, adding these dots. So here we go, a lovely little card, nothing too complicated, but just makes such an effective design, I think. So do give it a go. I hope you enjoy it. So the next card we're going to make is going to be a new home card. So I love this design and I've been meaning to make one of these for a while now, but I just have nobody to give it to. So I never bothered, but I thought this video could be a perfect opportunity. So you're going to start by drawing this very simple square with a pencil. So I'm just grabbing my pencil. This time we're going to keep our card in portrait, and all I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my ruler to draw a simple line. I'm just kind of aligning my ruler to the side of the card and then drawing a line like this, and then kind of connecting them both at the bottom, trying to make it all as straight as possible. Doesn't have to be super precise. And I think I want it to be a bit shorter, so it's going to be a little house that we draw. And for the roof, I'm going to try and find the center of my card, so I'm going to measure it here. Try to measure the width of your card and divide by 2 to find a number for the center. And from here, I'm just going to do these like kind of curved lines, and these will be the roof of the house. You can also have them a bit more straight if you like. So just adjust until you're happy with your pencil lines. And all we're going to do, we're going to use a micron pen and just draw some leaves and lovely botanical elements on these pencil lines. So we can start with this side, and all I'm going to do is just like do the stem first, and then just have some leaves coming out of it like this. So very simple. I'm not doing any like difficult designs here, just kind of doing the outline of the leaf by doing this curved line and then going down on the other side and connecting it to the bottom here. And I'm kind of varying the size of them. They're not all looking the same. And just finish where your pencil line ends. I might even add in an extra line in there just for a bit more depth. I think that will look really good. And maybe one at the top here, so it looks a bit more connected. Here we go, so that could be one side. Then we've got this roof design, and I'm going to do a similar thing. So just go over the pencil line first, and this time I'm going to face that way, so all the leaves are going to be hanging like down. So I might do something interesting here, do like a different type of leaf and color them in. So maybe do this like round leaf instead. I'm trying not to make it look too busy because we do want it to look fairly simple. I might blend in some of these flowers. So this is a lovely way of drawing a simple flower where you just do like a little spiral and then you have some leaves coming out of it. Looks really cute. I also like adding like a few dots around my flowers. So there we go, just keep adding as many leaves as you like. So that could be the side of the roof, and then we're going to do another one going that way. And this time I might add in like a different type of flower. So again, doing the actual line first, and then I'm going to start by maybe making these berries first. So doing like another stem, and then having little stems come out of it, and then add a little circle at the end of each stem. And I might do like this simple flower, just doing the center and then doing the petals, and then coloring the center, adding some dots around it, and then just blending in some simple leaves. that could be the other side. Just adding more of these little dots everywhere. And now I'm just going to do the other side here, maybe keep it a bit more simple. Again, maybe just doing these like bigger leaves again. What we could also do, we could draw a little heart right in the middle here. So we could do something like this. Yeah, I think that's actually quite a good idea. It will look quite nice. And now we are going to draw this side and this side, but don't connect them fully. So it'll be like that. I think it looks really cute. And now we can just do something simple, maybe like lavender leaves. Yeah, I might color them in. Right, okay, I think I'm quite happy with this, so I might leave mine here. And I think I'm just going to write or letter new home. And if you wanted to, you could like write initials or just congratulations. I'm just going to do a little mock-up. Let's say I'm going to do like E and T. Just imagining that it's for Emily and Tom. So yeah, just doing initials. I'm going to go over these pencil lines with my brush pen very carefully. I'm trying to keep my lettering very simple and very small. If you really wanted to, you could colour in your heart in gold, for example, add a bit of sparkle. I think it just makes it look very nice. You can use any gold pens. I'm just using this metallic Caran d'Arche pen in gold. And now I'm just going to go over with my eraser and that'll be it. So another lovely, fairly simple card. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm sure you've done a brilliant job. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this tutorial, if you learned something new. If you loved this video, please support me and like this video, subscribe so you can see all the future content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it and I'll see you next time. Bye.